hair just keeps like getting bigger and bigger and bigger. First world sassy hair problems. Hey everybody, it's Mandy from Mandy Jean Chic. I wanted to do a comparison and review video of the Fergie Wet n Wild, what's this one called? The Milano collection. This is an eyeshadow palette that, I think it's $6.99 at Walgreens, that came out with the Fergie line. I think it is permanent. But I wanted to compare it to the Maybelline The Nudes palette because I do have both of them, and as you can tell, they look pretty similar, don't they? So first, we'll talk about the Wet n Wild palette because that's what I want to do the review on. This palette is awesome. I love this palette. I'm actually wearing it today on my eyes. I just did a quick look, but it has 10 shadows. This is what they look like. You have a matte color, some sparkly ones, a matte, sparkly, two mattes. And it comes with a brush that is just no bueno. But this palette is awesome for the price. Honestly, sometimes you even find the Wet n Wild stuff 40% off at Walgreens. If you find this palette for 40% off, I would pick them all up. Because this palette is way better than this palette. The color payoff, starting off, just swatching the first three, like that is just rubbing my hand in it. I'm gonna block my face. I mean, serious pigmentation in these shadows. Because a swatch of those first three. I mean, a huge amount of pigmentation. Yes, there is a little bit of fallout with these, but it's not bad. This matte brown color right here is like my jam. This one right here, sorry. Is like my jam right now. I absolutely love that matte. This matte brown color right here. Let me block my face. I mean, these are so pretty, so pigmented, so just, I cannot say enough good things about this palette. The colors are nice, the colors blend easy, they don't blend into each other, meaning like getting muddy. I mean, obviously they blend out, but the quality of this is like old school Wet n Wild quality. You know how when they would come up with some of these palettes and you're just like, what the hell happened, Wet n Wild? It used to be so great. This is a great palette. I absolutely love this palette. This quality of this, minus the fallout, honestly is very comparable to the Naked palette. These colors show up, even without a base. When I first bought this, I posted a picture of it on Instagram without a base. I was actually in my car and posted a picture of it. It is amazing. Now, if you already own the Maybelline The Nudes palette, this is just the Nudes one, this one here. This palette's not bad. I just like this one better. You get 12 shadows in this one, and I believe it retails for $9.99 at Walgreens. These shadows are not as buttery smooth. They're very pigmented. This is my favorite Maybelline palette out of all of them. But just by looking at the swatch in my hand, you'll see the pigmentation difference. This Wet n Wild palette is far more pigmented than this one. Now, if you already own this palette, and you don't want to have a large makeup collection, let me say that, you may want to skip this one, maybe get the purples one. If you have this palette and you're like me, you want to try everything, so go get this palette. It is awesome. Again, it's the Milano collection and it is so beautiful. The only things, honestly, that I don't care for about this palette is there's no mirror, which makes it hard to kind of travel with. Make sure there's not a mirror on the bottom. I've done that before, but like, there's no mirror. And then it flips up and then there's a giant mirror. But there's no mirror, and there's a little bit of fallout. But let me tell you, I blended this first color here was my highlight color and basically kind of like my base color. I used this soft brown in my crease, which is very natural. And then I used this brown here, right here, this matte, was a little bit of shimmer, in my inner corner, or outer corner a little bit, and this kind of a taupey color here in on my lid. And it's, actually I really like it because you guys know how much I love neutral palettes. So if you have some extra bucks, I would highly recommend picking this up. If you have the Naked One palette, I don't know if I would really pick this up because it is very, very, very similar. Actually, let me get my Naked palette and show you how similar it is. Naked palette has more shadows on it, but the Naked palette's also $54. Okay, just open up. Come on. Come on, please. Please don't break my nail. There we go. You'll see where these two palettes are very similar colors. Maybe the Wet n Wild is a little bit more warmer, where this is definitely... Well, I mean, this is the warmest Naked palette, but, you know, the colors are definitely somewhat similar. I mean, Naked and this color here are fairly similar. Toasted is very... Actually, no. Sin is very similar to this. Crave is very similar. So, I mean, there are some similarities in the palettes. If you have the Naked palette, I don't know if you'd really need this, but if you wanted to have, like, a few more extra shimmery colors, maybe I'd pick this up. Again, it's like $6, so it's not like crazy expensive. But I do really, really, really like this palette. I think it is worth the money. I've enjoyed using it. You guys can tell just by looking at it. I mean, I've used this palette quite a bit. And you guys know how many palettes I have. It's hard for me to really get a lot of use out of a palette, so you know I really like it. So if you enjoyed my review of the Wet n Wild Milano Collection eyeshadow palette, my brain is like gone. Give this video a like and don't forget to subscribe. Bye!